right, good morning, everyone. I'm Lauren Knight, Vendor Business Manager for Avaya with ScanSource. Today, we're going to talk about the ScanSource story. So, who we are and how can we work with you as the partner to help grow your revenue and also really work with you and actually partner with you. Sorry, I thought you were laughing. So, ScanSource was founded in 1992. We celebrated our 25th anniversary last year. And in those 25 years, we have grown from a small company, from a handful of people, to over 2,500 employees globally. As you can see, we have 43 offices worldwide with headquarters here in Greenville. And we are also a public company and have grown to over $3.6 billion in sales. A lot of this was done through acquisitions, some more recently Intelisys and POS Portal. So the way that we're structured today is really by the technology. We have, I would say, 4 business units. Mainly you work with Catalyst. Avaya is the flagship vendor for ScanSource Catalyst, but we are all under the ScanSource umbrella and brand. So it really is one company. We just focus on the different technologies within these business units. So as I mentioned, Avaya is the leading vendor in ScanSource Catalyst, and we focus on a lot of video and voice for Catalyst. Our communication segment is very similar. We have a lot of crossover with partners in those 2 business units. They also focus on unified communications, video and audio conferencing, and then software and services around those technologies. Then we also have our networking and security business unit and POS and barcode business unit. So we really want to offer the whole solution to our partners. Maybe you have a focus in UC, but I think it's important for partners to know that we do offer other vendors and that those options are out there for you as a partner through ScanSource. So as I mentioned, Catalyst and Communications business units have a lot of crossover as far as the technologies that are in those units as well as the partners. So a new initiative that we started this year is called OneComm. And you probably have seen some messaging around OneComm. We haven't physically combined the 2 business units, but OneComm is really our brand for how we're marketing ourselves with these 2 business units. We did some studies, and I think there was like 40% crossover with partners between the 2 business units. So before, you were getting a newsletter from Catalyst, a newsletter from Communications. You had a business development rep from Communications, one from Catalyst. So it was a lot of almost became noise because you had so much repetitive information. So we thought we need to combine resources and have one message. So that became OneComm. And so not only does that include Catalyst and Communications, but KBZ, which is our Cisco business unit, and Intelisys as well. So really the goal here is to be able to market our partners with a consolidated message and also help you, in turn, sell to your end users better. I know that this line card is impossible to see, but it's available for download on our website, scansource.com /OneComm. So I do encourage you to check out that site if you haven't already. You can download the line card to see some of the available vendors to you through OneComm, but also they monthly, we change out promotions and featured solutions on this page. So it's a great resource to look at for the most current information and what we're pushing out to you as the partner. And with this OneComm focus, it's really solution driven. So we don't want to just be selling one vendor, one technology. We want it to involve other things. For instance, if you're selling Avaya, well, why not a headset? So we've got Jabra on there. Everybody needs power, so there's several power vendors that are included. Surge protection, everybody can use surge protection. So it's really looking at all the different vendors, how they can play on each other and how they can complement each other. so that you can take that and sell more into your end user as well.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
On the last slide, can you go back one slide? On the last slide, you showed OneCom being Catalyst, Com, KBZ, and Intelisys. What are you calling POS and barcode?
Still POS and barcode.
Okay, so there's under ScanSource there's going to be two: OneCom and POS and barcode.
So the business unit, I mean, I hate to call them walls, but Catalyst still exists separately from communications from an operations standpoint. OneCom is more the messaging and the marketing out to partners in the community, because we have such a similar message. We attend similar industry events and things like that. So by combining,
still 4 VPs.
Correct. Yes.
That
So they are still, Catalyst and communications are still separate,
yeah.
but just the way that we market to partners is
Gotcha.
changing a little bit.
Thank you.
Good question. So now I want to go into a little bit of how ScanSource, the different offerings that can help the partner. But what I really want to talk about on this slide or point out is that we have our different value-add services, but at the center is the partner. And that really, to us at ScanSource, is what we're here for. We wouldn't be where we are today without our partners. And we always appreciate the support that we get from the partners, and we want to constantly work with you to create programs that help you as a partner and learn better how we can enable you better. So that's really what's at the goal or the heart of why we're here at ScanSource. We will go into our warehouse. So we have a 600,000 square foot warehouse. It is in South Haven, Mississippi. We call it Memphissippi because it is right on the border with Memphis. And does anybody know who else has a hub in Memphis?
Would it be a airline or a
Transportation. Yes. So FedEx is right there in Memphis as well. So that helps us to cut down on some cost and help with being able to do things like same-day shipping on orders before 8 p.m. each day. We have a really strong shipping accuracy rate, 99.8%, 87%, and that's really important to us. And I'll go into this a little bit further on a different slide, but also within that warehouse, we have our custom configuration center. So you can see it takes up a large area of that space, and it's really a great resource for partners, but again, I'll touch on that here in just a bit. We have our Reseller Financial Services Group, or RFS. So each partner that comes in is given a dedicated RFS rep, and they really work with you and want to partner with you on understanding your goals as a business and how we can help you grow and change the opportunities or the leasing, how your finances are structured with ScanSource, so that if you get to a point and you've grown, we can adjust on our end to help you keep moving forward. And financing is not an issue. We offer a lot of different diverse options. We've got net terms, flooring accounts, expanded reseller credit. So a lot of different options to help you. And like I said, it's not just a one-time deal. They're there to work with you on a constant basis. So if you ever don't know who your RFS rep is, I'm happy to help look into that for you as well. So this is a big one, especially for our Avaya partners, the different education services we offer. As far as training, we have our group out of Atlanta that offers Avaya certification training. So they are an authorized Avaya training partner, which means that if you take a course from us, it's like taking the course from Avaya. It sets you up for the same certifications and the same credentials as if you had taken it through Avaya. And the great thing about our classes that we offer, they're all live instructor training. So we offer some virtual classes for those that aren't local or not near one of our training centers. You can take it online and it's the same class, but you're still getting that live instruction. So it's not just watching a recording. It's an actual instructor doing the class, doing the certification with you. And then we have our professional services team, and they are great. They really work as an extension of your brand. I think you said you've already worked with them some. So they're there to provide a number of things. They can help with implementations. They can do network assessments, heat maps, a wide variety of services. And I know a lot of partners, they might already have someone in the company that does implementation or that can do these types of things. But if there gets to be a backlog or, you just need an extra resource, it's a great way to bring us in as well. So it's not, it's just an extension of your brand. They never go directly to an end user. So your customer stays your customer. Like I said, we just kind of work as an added body with your company to get through an implementation or whatever the service might be. And then lastly, we have our marketing services. And I'll go into these a little bit further on another slide as well. So our business development team, we have a territory business development team. So they are mapped by region and dedicated to those partners in that region. And they are a great resource for not only Avaya to help you understand what's happening with Avaya, how they can help you grow your Avaya business, but also bring in some of those complementary vendors like we talked about earlier. So making sure if you want to start selling headsets, you understand what you need to do to start selling Jabra. Or any of the other complementary vendors, because they are vendor agnostic. So they're there to just help you and understand what your business needs in order to keep growing. So something that we just launched and we're really excited about is called OneCom One Club. Scott, do you remember seeing any information on this?
I think I saw an email or two.
Okay.
But I haven't really dug into it.
Yeah, so this is a new program, like I said, that we just launched, and essentially it's a partner rewards program. So partners have to just sign up. It's a simple form. You can register. I've got the link there at the bottom, scansource.com/oneclub. And essentially when you sign up, you are entered to win monthly prize drawings based on a number of things. And then at the end, there's a grand prize trip to a resort in Arizona. So we are really here for the partners, and we want to show how our appreciation of all the support from our partners. So this is a way for us to do that, and we're excited that Avaya is one of the sponsoring partners for the One Club.
So would that just kind of be based on like orders that come in?
Yeah, and they've got each month they'll do kind of little different kickers that might help a little bit. I think this month, August, is the first month that it's starting. But they'll change each month, so,
Cool.
yeah. And here I just have a couple ways that I think are great to stay connected with ScanSource and Avaya. So we mentioned, I know Pete mentioned the Avaya CX app yesterday. It's a little hard to see, but up here I've got a screenshot of the app on the events section. So you can see the upcoming Channel Partners Evolution, Avaya Breeze Bootcamp. So that's a mixture of ScanSource and Avaya events. And if you log into the ScanSource community, specifically within the CX app, that's where you'll see different notifications that are a little more ScanSource focused, not just an Avaya-led event. So I think it's a great idea for you to join that community, and I can help with that if needed.
Have you downloaded that yet, Scott?
And then we have our Wednesday wrap-up webinar series. So we do these several Wednesdays out of the quarter, and we really try to focus on making sure the topic is relevant to our partners and to what is new with Avaya. So we really work hard to work with Avaya closely on what these topics are going to be and getting the best resource, typically within Avaya, on a presenter, and really making sure that our partners have the best knowledge from the best resource for these Wednesday wrap-ups. Scott, have you attended any of these, or do you know if Bluestone has?
I think I get the follow-ups
Yeah, that was gonna be the next thing I said. So if you're not able to make it, you can always get the recordings from our website. So if the time doesn't work out for you, it's available later for you to go and view. And sometimes, you know, if you see a subject that you've had questions on, you can look at that deck and might be able to find some answers as well. Then lastly, we have our Avaya newsletter. So as a partner, you are receiving that newsletter. It goes out every other month. And again, like the Wednesday wrap-up series, we try to keep the information as relevant as possible. So you might see some repeats from communications sent out from Avaya directly. And we just launched for Emerald partners specifically a second newsletter that hits on the off month of the other partner newsletter. So you would get both, but it's only once a month, and the information's a little bit different and geared towards Emerald partners specifically. So lastly, I want to talk about the Government Gateway Program. Are you familiar with it?
I am.
Okay, good. So our Government Gateway Program is essentially a free end user leads program. Depending on what type of space you're trying to get into, whether it's Fed, SLED, different verticals, especially healthcare, we have someone who leads up this program. And it's not just a free-for-all with the leads. The individual that covers this program really vets out the partners up front to make sure that you already have a little bit of knowledge in that space and are probably already selling into that space, so that these leads are not just getting dropped essentially when they're given to partners. We really want it to be a successful handoff with the lead, and hopefully partners can see that revenue based off some of these leads, and we track all of that as well.